Team with the most points is your winner. All right, we begin this morning with the women's team bronze medal match. This should be a good one. We talked about Italy, and we will see the Italians in just a moment. But first out of the tunnel, it is the team that came out of qualifying number 4. That's India. India coming out first. To the cheers from the crowd here in Medellin, Colombia. And we will meet the trio of archers from India, who range in age from 17 up to 28. Shooting today for the team from India, Chanu Paonam, 28 years old. She's joined by the 20-year-old Prabhjot Kaur and the 17-year-old Purvasha Sudhir Shende. Shende, 17 years old, Kaur, 20 years old, and Paonam, 28 years old. So the team from India getting set to take on the squad from Italy. There is the coach for India in the box today. And you can see the Museum of Modern Art right behind the field of play. And here comes Italy, led out by Irene Franchini. We'll talk about her in just a moment. Italy fielding a very strong lineup today. Irene Franchini, along with Longo and Marcella Tonioli. We have not seen Marcella in some time, but she's had a good week here in Medellin. From left to right, Franchini, former recurve archer who's made a very, very smooth transition to compound archery. Longo in the middle, and of course, Marcella Tonioli on the right. Marcella, 29 years old, Longo, 27 years old, and Irene Franchini, 34 years of age. It's really kind of remarkable to see the transition that Franchini has made from recurve to compound.
Yeah, you see that a little bit more, like Alex Wiffler of the U.S. Obviously, he was a very strong recurve archer, went to compound.
And has done well.
And has done very well, yeah. You'll see him a couple times today.
Alex will be coming up in the men's gold medal match in just a few moments here on Archery TV. Glad to have you with us. Buenos dias, buenos tardes, buenas noches, wherever in the world you may happen to be logging in and watching. Stage 2 of the 2016 World Archery World Cup Tour. Longo to lead off for Italy, 27 years old, ranked 14th in the world and averaging 9.3 points per arrow.
Starts off with a 9.
Sets the bar with that 9. And sets the table for Irene Franchini, the 34-year-old, who's after her first outdoor World Cup medal.
Same spot, so might lead to believe that there's just a little bit of difference from the practice range to here.
And the practice range, a little bit of a walk, to say the very least.
Yeah, we're kind of surprised about that this morning.
Good exercise and good grouping.
Yeah, very.
So Team Italy off to a good start as Tonioli, Longo, and Franchini all with 9s to put up a score of 27 on the first 3 arrows. So now India's chance. Drops a little bit low into the red ring. Yes. India needed that.
Very good X.
Kaur, tattoos at 10, the first of the day.
Good Prabhjot X.
And a 10 here would put India in front early in this match. And there it is, another 10, back-to-back 10s.
Right next to her teammate. That's good teamwork right there.
That is good teamwork. Paonam and Kaur with back-to-back 10s, so India with a 1-point advantage midway through the first end. Longo, 53 career victories to her credit with another 9, so 2 9s for her in the first end. Now Franchini, who was the gold medalist at the Indoor World Championships in Ankara this past winter. Beautifully done.
इसके बाद पूर्वशा ये वापस आते ही शुरू हो जाए।
And now Marcella. 14 World Cup medals on her resume and another 10, so back-to-back 10s. Tonioli in the 10 ring. So India has its work cut out for it. Purvasha Sudhir Shende with a 9.
बिल्कुल 10 के पास है।
Still a little bit on that low side of the target. But she's coming in.
Prabhjot Kaur, who had a 10 on her opening shot, averages 9.2 points per arrow. And now India needs a 10 from Chanu Paonam just to keep pace.
7, 6, 5, 4, shot.
Under the gun, fires a 9. So it's a 1-point advantage for Italy after the opening end.
10 के पास था।
Italy 56, India 55. And all things considered, a nice start for both of these teams.
Yes, very good.
How much of a difference do you suppose it is coming from that practice range, which is about, I'd say it's about almost a 5 to 10 minute walk.
Yeah, it could be, you know, I mean, you can almost see it from here, but a lot of, I think it's at a different angle. You know, it's pointing in a different direction.
They're shooting in a different direction at the practice range, yeah.
Exactly, and that could have just an absolute ton of difference just from the lighting and the wind difference. That in itself, not to mention that you have to walk that whole way just to get to where you're going. Kind of just sets things off a little bit, but yeah, a lot of times you'll see a huge difference in the practice range, and sometimes, you know, mostly depending on the location, you won't see a ton of difference. But I do know that a lot of archers will kind of watch the first match of the day to kind of be able to gauge, you know, where that kind of stands at. And judging by Italy's first group, a lot of the archers coming up might say, okay, just let's watch our first arrows and make a really good shot starting off so we know if we're going to be left as well.
What did you learn from watching those first arrows? What did it tell you? It told me that, you know, depending on what I would be feeling for wind out there, that if the wind's a little bit different, I have to compensate for that. Otherwise, you know, I might have even just given my sight 2 clicks to the left, because sometimes 2 clicks won't make, you know, a ton of a difference. It won't put you completely out of it, but it might compensate for that if you're going to have the same. Not make just enough of a difference.
Right. Yeah. To just, you know, I mean, because 2 clicks, 3 clicks on your sight might have moved one of those arrows into the 10, picked you up another point. But that's a lot of times why you'll have a really strong shooter out front, so that you can say, okay, they're going to put up an amazing shot for us, really strong, and be able to gauge what's actually going on, so then the following shooters can make the adjustments necessary.
Try to get a bead on what's going on.
Exactly. Yeah, sometimes you'll put your best wind shooters out front so that they can gauge too. So
and there was some wind
strategy.
Here.
Yep.
Earlier in the week, yeah.
Earlier in the week there was some
wind and rain.
Exactly.
And we've been fortunate.
A lot of elements.
The weather's dried out here in the last couple of days, and
today's
we've got good conditions.
Pretty nice day to shoot for sure.
So India trailing by 1. 55 for India, 56 for Italy, and starting off with a 9, just a little bit to the left for Purvasha Sudhir Shende, the 17-year-old, finished 33rd, tied for 33rd at stage 1 2 weeks ago in China. Brings up her teammate, Prabhjot Kaur, the 20-year-old.
9.
So back-to-back 9s for India.
And again, you see on that left side there, so something else might be kind of going on, because it doesn't look like there's a ton of wind, but there could just be enough at times.
So 3 straight 9s. a trifecta of 9s for India to start off the second end, and it provides an opportunity for Team Italy as Laura Longo leads off. Laura, who won a team silver medal here in Medellin last year. And there's her shot. Donde está Laura Longo's arrow? Right over there. That's where it was.
Yep.
Found the 10 ring. And now at Irene Franchini, bearing down. Just outside. Italy dialed in. Marcella Tonioli, who won a mixed team silver medal at the 2013 World Cup Finals in Paris. So they're keeping it in the gold. No major hiccups, no major mistakes. And
which
their
is
lead
always
is
what you hope for.
Yeah. No catastrophes, right?
Exactly. No surprises.
2-point cushion right now for Italy. As Shende sends hers into the 9 ring again.
Adjusting her sights, as most of her arrows so far have been on the low side, I believe. Discussing with the coach here.
India did have 2 10s to start off in the first end, but since then, the last 8 arrows have been in the 9 ring. And 9 is fine.
You always hope for
the
10.
Italy has shot just enough 10s to open up a little bit of daylight, and they've got an opportunity to create some more daylight, some more space right here. So consistent shooting by India, which defeated Colombia 226 to 213 in the semifinals to get to this bronze medal match. Laura Longo sticks it and catches the line. 9-liner, which will count as 10. And now Franchini.
9 mezzo gioco. 20 secondi, Marci.
Tad high. And Tonioli. Right down the middle. Hola. Marcella Tonioli. 45 career victories. She's won 63% of the matches that she has participated in, and 5 of those have come in shoot-offs. So Marcella coming up with a big shot, and right now it is a 3-point lead for the team from Italy, 112 to 109, as they open up some more distance between themselves and India. Once again, cumulative scoring. Team with the most total points, once all the arrows have been shot, will come away with the bronze medal. Marcella Tonioli, great look at her. For so many years, mixed team competition came into play about 2011, and right about then she teamed up with Sergio Pagni, and those two dominated for several years.
Yeah, very much a strong team.
So the judges taking a good look. The agents also down there. Everybody marking the arrows, and we'll get set for the 3rd end coming up. Now, a year ago, it was the USA that came away with the women's team bronze medal. And 2 weeks ago in Shanghai, it was Turkey defeating Germany in a shoot-off. And as I recall, I think we had 3 shoot-offs to start the day 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, a lot of shoot-offs. It was an interesting day.
Tom Dillon hoping for an interesting day here in beautiful Medellin, Colombia. City of about 5 million, a city that is growing by leaps and bounds. Buildings going up all over this city, which has one of the best climates anywhere in the world.
Got some beautiful views too. We were able to kind of go and see some of them yesterday.
Did a little sightseeing, eh?
Yeah, the bus ride all the way up to one of the top of the hills, mountains here. saw the city at sunset. It's beautiful.
It is breathtaking,
Absolutely.
to say the very least. And being this high up in the Andes Mountains, even though we're on the equator, or by the equator, it is a very temperate climate, usually between 65, 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Down by 3. India starts off with another 9.
9.
That's 10 nines in a row. Needing a breakthrough right here from Prabhjot Kaur, ranked 159th in the world.
That one's real close up there. but
Very close call.
spotters are calling it an 8.
Chanu Paonam, who won a pair of team bronze medals in 2014 in Shanghai and Antalya. So right now the best that India can hope for is 3 straight 9s to stay in this match with Italy. Italy with a chance to really pull away now. Laura Longo leading off, and leading
Very
off
nice
strong.
ace.
Così bella carica mi piace. Bravo.
Laura, a member of the team that won the bronze medal in Ankara at the Indoor World Championships. What seems like about an eternity ago is actually just back at the end of February and beginning of March.
Yeah.
Uguale all'altra. L'altra era a sinistra. Però non sei alta, Irene, solo a destra.
Strong, strong shooting for Team Italy. Marcella Tonioli with a good grip on things,
Sì, Marci,
as you can tell from that shot. So the lead growing and widening even more now. It's up to 7 in favor of Italy. 142, 135. And India has to start shooting 10s instead of 8s. Master of the obvious, aren't I?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Captain there.
I've got a good grip on this. I've got the concept down.
Yeah.
It's about 10s.
Gonna have you-
Yeah,
and there we go.
Good project.
Finally, India is able to get the 10 that they need. It took them a little while.
Sometimes all it takes is just that one really strong, good shot to get the entire team kind of back on track a little bit. So
So after the 10 by Kaur, another 9 off the bow. Chanu Paonam. Good look at the 27-year-old Laura Longo.
Sotto la X, brava.
Tattoos another 10 on the board. And Italy feeling strong, feeling confident right now. 3 strong archers. Franchini among them. Silver medalist this past winter at the indoor tour stop in Nîmes, and another 10.
Brava, Irene. La Super X.
Bueno. And now Marcella, whom we've really not seen an awful lot of in the last 2 years or so. But obviously she's been practicing.
oh yeah, still in it.
Ore 10.
There's just been so many competitors coming up that you know, a lot of them are a lot closer in score-wise. So it makes it more difficult, makes it more of a task to get your spots on the stage. Not saying that, you know, they haven't been shooting well. It's just the level of competition is very tight throughout all the competitors, all the countries, and you know, anybody's got a chance at it, which is good. You know, it makes you push yourself a little bit harder sometimes to get your spot on the podium. So
There are no guarantees, are there?
never any guarantees, and you know, there's just not saying that everybody always remembers is it's not over until the last arrow is shot. You know, anything can happen at any moment. You know, sometimes it's just enough to give you what you need or take away, you know, what you thought you had. So.
And it's true in all sports, but I think it's especially
absolutely.
true in archery, that you're only as good as your last event and your last arrow.
Yeah.
And you still have to compete and go out and win your spot.
Exactly.
And we see that not only with, we see it a lot with the Korean team, we see it with the United States team, we see it with every team.
Yep.
And there are great archers, as you said, coming up through the ranks. Right now, there's a 10-year-old out there who wants your spot.
Exactly, and you know she might just be able to take it from me. So yeah.
A couple of years from now, not right away, not right away. Lexi Keller from the United States compound team joining yours truly, Carl Archie, here in Medellin, Colombia for Stage 2 of the 2016 Hyundai Outdoor World Cup circuit. Beautiful setting here on the grounds just outside the Museum of Modern Art in the background, right behind us. On the scoreboard, Italy working on a masterpiece right now. They're up by 8, leading 171-163. India's been consistent, but just not enough 10s. Only 3 10s on the board so far through the first 3 ends.
And there we are. That's exactly what they needed here.
A golden moment for India. Shende finding the center circle, hoping that her teammate Kaur can do the same. Instead, it drops down into the red ring. Paonam. The most experienced archer on this team. Strikes gold. So 2 10s and an 8. The best start to an end that we've seen for India so far in this match, but it might be too little too late. And it appears to be after Laura Longo finds the 10 ring again. The Italian archers working well together. Strong shot by Franchini. And right now, really, Italy just needs to be solid and consistent. They don't need to be spectacular.
No, just kind of keep your rhythm, keep your pace, and
keep it in the gold rings.
Yep.
Marcella, the 2011 bronze medalist of the World Cup finals in Istanbul. Back on the banks of the Bosphorus. Final 3 arrows for India. And they trail by 8. Huge mountain to climb. Shende, who was on the team that won a bronze medal in Antalya in 2014. Also picked up a mixed team silver medal in Wrocław 2 years ago, but today probably will come up short in the bid for a bronze here in Medellin. And what could possibly be the final arrow for India. Chanu Paonam puts it in the 9 ring, and India will finish with 218 points. Laura Longo's done a great job leading off so far for Italy today, and she does it again.
Continues her job.
Shooting with a great deal of confidence. Backed up by 2 excellent archers, Irene Franchini and Marcella Tonioli. A good look at Irene, who is on the cusp of winning her first Outdoor World Cup medal. Muy bien.
You know, a lot of times you don't need absolutely need to shoot arrows into the 10 to win. You know, in this case, a 9 might win or an 8 might win, but shooting those 3 10s makes you feel amazing about winning that medal at the
Marcella
end.
did not have to worry about it at all because they'd already wrapped up the match on that arrow by Franchini, so that was just for fun.
Great
and
job.
It was fun for Italy today as they came out here and shot outstanding. Outstanding performance for Italy. Hugs and kisses all around as they win convincingly by 11 points over India, 229 to 218. And that came on the heels of an 11-point win over the United States squad in the semifinals, 233 to 222. So Italy with a very good, strong week down here. Irene Franchini, a strong addition to this women's team representing Italy, which picks up the bronze medal to start the day here in Medellin, Colombia.